started here. The impulse.
All
like,
right. All right.
So this
I'm
is
there.
the flag. Okay. So you see, I came to the you know, this actual this fib level, and then it goes to the next one.
I'm there now.
You see what I'm saying? And then it
Yeah.
retests again, and then eventually it goes to the next fib level.
Okay, I got you.
My trading view is actually going like really, really slow. But yeah, that's pretty much the same exact thing. So even right here, same exact thing. So impulse will move, retest that fib level, the continuation to the next fib level. Retest that fib level, continuation to the next one. Like people literally trade level to level. Now notice I'm on the 4 hour. From each level, from this level to that level, 400 pips. From this level to that level, 400 pips, 400 or 500 pips. So people literally trade from level to levels based off of smacking the fib on a higher time frame and going from level to level. Even from here to here. Not sure why it's that close, but that's almost 200 pips. So all you looking for, like I remember this was a while ago, probably about October. Me and Marios was trading EU. I smacked the fib on a daily. Because I was looking for a certain retest, a certain, I was looking for the market to retest a certain way. And all I was looking for was it to shoot through and make that correction inside the level. And then I was going to actually grab the continuation all the way to the 618, which is probably like another 300 pips at the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so can we think of the fib levels as more like zones, kind of?
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is. You can, like, as long as you're using it, like I said, you can use it anyway, but I use it on a higher time frame, the weekly and the daily, and I'll use that as a zone. So if I see that price comes back and retests that area in that zone, then okay, I'm getting in. Remember, we get in on the flag, and then I'm riding the continuation to that next fib level, which are hundreds of pips. Make sense? Like I just showed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So any questions on Fibonacci before I go to my naked entries? Did that clear up a little bit from what I guess I'm not sure if everybody had confusion Sunday or not, but did that help out? Did it make it worse? Are you still at the same?
Nah, it definitely helped.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel better about it too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, so definitely understand, like, and I'm not sure if Marios and Clint mentioned this or even if they, like, pretty much pay attention, but one thing that I noticed on flag patterns, like, just right here, we got the impulse to move. We created this flag right here, and at the top of the flag, it didn't just go straight down. It actually did what? Side to side, side to side. And then you get that move.
Now that right there, wouldn't that be considered like a big flag, right?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Okay,
this whole thing right here. It's a nice big flag. Then you got that continuation to the downside.
Okay.
So this is actually what I'm gonna get ready and get into in a second. But I just want to make sure with the Fibonacci, you all understand that. Cool?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. What'd you say? Oh, okay. So, like I kind of stated again Sunday, like when it comes to flags, like understand that each time frame has, creates its own flag. So the market moves impulse flag continuation on every single time frame. Some time frames take longer to do it because why? It takes longer for like the daily. It takes every single day creates one candle, opposed to the 5 minute. Every 5 minutes in a day creates a candle. So you get umpteen amounts of candles in a 5 minute, opposed to only getting one candle in a day. Make sense? So with that being said, like I'm always aware of what time frame is due for what. So like even for GA, I actually close most of my profits in GA based on why. I got in for the buy this morning. I've actually been in since down here. I've been in since down here. But guess what happened? Guess what I know is coming? At some point,
Flag is
I'm
coming.
getting some type of 4-hour flag. Does that make sense? Because my
Mhm.
4-hour is due for a flag. So, and I'll just show you because, of course, it hasn't created yet. But I'll show you again. I think I kind of mentioned it on GA right here. We caught it, about 2 weeks ago, GG? Something like that. We caught the sale about 2 weeks ago.
300 pips.
It was 500 pips.
Yeah, 500.
Yeah, so we caught about a 500 pip move, understanding that I knew my 4-hour flag was like we was getting the flag for the 4-hour based on how long it was taking, and the market was just like opening that week. So just right here, remember, the bigger the flag, the longer it takes to happen. So the longer it takes to happen, the more patterns form inside that flag on smaller time frames. Make sense? So I'm always looking at my 1 hour, my 4-hour for those flag patterns. So again, before the market closed on this specific pair, we got that impulsive move to the upside. Now remember what I said Sunday. This right here is an impulse. Sometimes you get a flag like this and you get a continuation. More than likely, when you get this straight flag right here, this is a flag for either that time frame or a smaller time frame. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So now keep that in mind. This flag right here is more than likely a flag for a bigger time frame than what you're currently looking at. Now, does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, understand this. Look at this. Impulsive move, flag. You see how that came back? Now, with it coming back like this, that let me know automatically I'm going to my next time frame. Guess what was due for a flag? My 4-hour. Does that make sense? So now, because remember, it's the 4-hour. So the 4-hour takes every 4 hours, one candle forms. So, of course, it's going to take time. So in the midst of that 4 hours, so let's go from January 25th to the day it ended was January 29th. It took 4 days. In 4 days, let me go back to the 1 hour. In 4 days, I was able to analyze my pattern in that actual flag by understanding my highs and my lows of that actual flag. So what I do, I usually do it on the 1 hour because that's like the smallest time frame I trade off of. So I go to the 1 hour. I, take a trend line. Remember, this is a naked entry. With the naked entry, all I'm using is something that I can control. I can't, if I'm out and about outside my home, you may can, but I don't do it. I'm not grabbing the Fibonacci. I'm not grabbing, I can't change over the Rankos. I can't do none of that. All I can do is take my trend lines on my MetaTrader 4 app and draw from side to side. I just need to know my highs and I need to know my low of this flag. So what I do is I go down to my 5 minute. I don't know if I told you all Sunday, the 5 minute is my baby. I'm falling in love with the 1 minute even more now at this point. But I always enter off of the smaller the time frame, the least the risk. So understand, me marking off my highs and my lows based off of my 1 hour flag, seeing that flag, I see that's a high. This is a high. Remember, this is a pattern that the market is showing. This is a high. So that area when we traded this, I saw price come up to this area, which was previously what? My high. Now, the reason why I said my high, because every time price came here, boom, it shot down 80 pips. Boom, shot down 70 pips. Like, those are no pips to play with. Like, that's what I call easy money. Those are easy money. Like, that's easy money in the market. I get to 20, 30 pips, guess what? I'm risk-free. So if it decides to come back up on me, then guess what? I got easy 20 pips, 20 pip move to the downside, whatever. Like, a lot of people will sit there and ask me, well, since it comes back up, can't you, trade it going back up or whatever? Yeah, technically you can. But me, I never trade against the trend. So man, my stuff is going crazy right now. Can y'all see this? Because I know my stuff just been going nuts over here. But yeah, so me looking for a sale, I'm not worried about buying. I don't want to buy. I'm patient enough to let it scale up. Remember, like, this right here, I'm okay enough to let it scale back up to that high. And if I got to, I'll actually sell every single time price gets to that high until, guess what? Eventually, I'm going to get that breakout to the downside. So when I saw price get to this area, I called the sell. I put a stop loss at 19 pips. I always give 2 stop losses. Some people don't like really tight stop losses because they don't like getting stumped out. Me, I don't care. If it stumps me out, even better for me. I get another entry at a higher point. But based off my patterns, I seen price was not coming up. I don't know what's wrong with that. But based off right here, I seen we had a 19 pip stop loss. Well, based off the entry, when I called it, it was already up here. So based off of that, I had a 19 pip entry, and a lot of people got a little nervous because it scaled up a little bit more. So you can go up there, but I don't want a 70 pip entry, 70 pip stop loss. I just want something where I seen price has not been going to. So we had a 19 pip stop loss. I think I gave a 25 pip stop loss as well with it, like whichever one you choose to put in. You'll never really see me go anything over 25 pips on the stop loss. Me, I pretty much never go over 20 pips. And remember, like this particular pair is the second highest spread pair in the market. GBPs are your highest paid spreads. So to have a 19 pip stop loss with a 500 pip take profit is probably unheard of. And I see people all the time, like in these, like, and some of these trainers and traders, they just go crazy when they pretty much go straight to blue. And I just laugh because I'm like at the point now where it's like, you know how you still knew, and the people you looked up to when they was trading, they was already trading. Like, man, I'm like, man, y'all happy with that? Like, I've been going pretty much straight to blue my whole trading career now based off of my entries that I do. So I'm always looking for the high of that flag. So the main reason of that is because I understand what time frame is what time frame is due for what time frame is due for actual like flag pattern. You know what I'm saying? So I understood. I was patient enough to understand that my 4 hour was due for a flag. So I was willing to wait for this high, that low, this high, that low. Now, what do we always say that that makes a trend? A proper trend line has what? How many touches?
2.
2 touches, right? Now, there's no difference from that and understanding a proper pattern. You want 2 touches. At least I want 2 confirmations that this created this high, that created this low. Make sense? So
Yes.
that created 1 high, that's 2 high. I'm selling on the 3rd high. I'm pretty much actually I'm confirmed that this is my high price. It's a good chance price isn't going really far above this before we get that move to the downside. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on that before I give some more examples? Just off this one example. No questions? Another example? Some of y'all probably like, yeah, give me that. I need another example. Long story short, we got this entire move from here to here. And it was all based off of a daily flag. So I know somebody asked earlier, how do you know it's going to come, to that trend line? I'll show you, matter of fact.
That was me.
Yeah, not to get too much off a subject, but you see where the market is at right now? At the time, look where it came to. We didn't know it was going to, come here, technically, I guess. But guess what happened? The trend showed us price is going to come right there. And guess what it did? It came from there straight to that trend line.